And maybe today you're going to learn something about me. You can boil my whole life and thoughts down to just a couple of things. A poem written by a man named Max Ehrman called Desiderata. A psalm that says, "Cast your cares upon the Lord, and he will sustain you, for he will never let the righteous fall." And the 8th verse in the 6th chapter of Isaiah, when it says, "And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I said, Here am I." So here am I today to talk to you about what's going on, not just in our country, but right here in Clay County, Texas. We have a dementia-ridden idiot in the White House. And just the other day, we had 13 service members killed. 11 Marines, 1 Navy corpsman, and a U.S. Army paratrooper, which is a little hard for me to take because I, too, am a U.S. Army paratrooper, and so is my son, Jonah. We have another son that's flying missions on the DMZ in Korea right now. My father is the only member of my family, male family, that I know of that hasn't served in the military. And the reason he didn't is because he's the sole surviving son of a deceased veteran who was shot down and killed in World War II. So he decided to do something safe, like become a police officer in Pasadena, Texas. So when I was looking for what I was going to sing today, or what I was going to do today, I went looking through an old Cokesbury hymnal to look for that song that says, "Here I am," or "Here am I." You might have, "Here I am, Lord." You've heard it? "Is it I, Lord? I can hear you calling in the night." Right? And Jeremiah answers, "Here am I." But as I was looking through there, and I went to close the book, the index opened, and in the back of the index, I saw the Star-Spangled Banner. And I had forgotten that it was even in there. I'm 54 years old. I grew up in the Methodist Church, where we sang out of the hymnal 4 songs a Sunday every week, right? Never did I ever hear the Star-Spangled Banner. I went looking through there, and some of you don't know, but I'm a combat veteran in addition to being a paratrooper, and I spent time in the Middle East, and I've sat in Catholic sermons or services. I've sat in a Jewish synagogue. I've sat in AME Zion churches. I've even discussed the Almighty with imams in mosques in Saudi Arabia. And I got to looking, and did you know that there are 411 different hymnals that have been published since 1875 that have contained the Star-Spangled Banner, and I have never heard it done in a church. Never. Has any of you ever heard it done in a church? I haven't either. But you're going to hear it today. And if you don't mind, it would be great if you guys could sing along with me. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you. Take your seats. And if you'll give me just a minute. Sir? We certainly can. Are you ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You know, some of you don't know, and I want to tell you, that was actually not a song written. It was a poem written called The Defense of Fort McHenry. It was written by a young man named Francis Scott Key, a lawyer from Baltimore, who went out to negotiate the release of prisoners from the British during the War of 1812. Fort McHenry guarded the harbor that they were trying to take over, and he was out there, and he was negotiating prisoner release. And a young major, they called him a brevet lieutenant colonel, we'd call him a major now, named Amistad, ordered a flag for Fort McHenry that was 24 feet high and 30 foot long, just a big, not here, not today, to the British when they were bombing Fort McHenry. And that song, if you ever see it printed, it's not a statement, it's a question. And that question was posed to Francis Scott Key from the prisoners down below that could not see Fort McHenry, and that's what they asked. Can you see the flag? Is it still flying above the ramparts? Not concerned for themselves, as Kennedy said, not what my country can do for me, but what you can do for your country. That's what they did. 365 times in the Bible it says, fear ye not. One for every day. That's why we operate on faith, not fear. But if your fear is losing this country, keep sitting in those chairs until we start standing up and saying, here am I. When we start bringing the church back into the government. The wall of separation that was said by Jefferson in his letter to the Danbury Baptist women was not that the church shouldn't influence the government. It was saying that the government shouldn't be able to influence the church. So, hope I didn't lose any votes. No, I'm kidding. No, because I'd really, that's not my object up here. And I'll make this promise to you as I did before. I will never let the fear of losing my job keep me from doing my job. Thank you.